simple words, and they stir emotions and feelings across the entire state of Alabama, which can be felt and in many cases starts blood to boiling because rivalries like this define this great sport. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Motion from the wideout. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got it in the middle. It's Orlando. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Orlando. That's the kind of way that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones. I just got to be a little bit patient.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. To the air on first down. It's complete on the right side. He breaks the tackle.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Might be calling a hot route. Gonna look downfield again. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
What a start by this defense. That is exactly what you need, man. They've been a little bit hit or miss. They've been a little bit up and down. But to start the game on a high note, get the good mojo going, great start for this defense.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. He leaves it with his back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got his man downfield. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Rides the back and leaves it. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Really putting together a threat now. They got the first. It's at the 37. The Tigers, dating to the days of Shook Jordan and Pat Dye, love to keep the ball on the ground.
Yeah, and the stadium goes nuts, and the eagle flies, and everybody's happy. Run the football, win football games. It's good times on the plains.
And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
And the Tigers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. He'll throw on third down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Needing a conversion, Auburn comes to the line on 4th. Tries to get it on the ground. Got some room under the goal line. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
Man, and on that 4th and short run, I think he thought he was going to score. He saw the end zone. His eyes started getting big, and they were able to get to him right before he got home. But, hey, if you're on offense, why not just give it to him again on this next first down play?
Out of the gun, looking to throw. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Auburn. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. From the gun, running back gets to give. Breaks into the open. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle, as opposed to linebackers and big defensive players. You get
into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bama!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Quarterback may change this route. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Makes the grab. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Well, this guy struggled the last time out. He knew he had to get back in the film, get back to the practice field and work on some things. And I think he did some good work because he's already thrown for more yards in this first quarter than he did his last time out.
Here's the pressure. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
Wants to fire on second down. He's looking deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. If that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
He's looking to throw on third and short. Shoots it to the left. He's got an open man. What a play by this offense. Finally out of bounds, and a perfect way to wrap up the first quarter. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They've got a first down here to open the period. He might want another play. Looking to throw on first down. He'll pull it down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
It's really hard on a defense to drop back and know it's pass. And then a quarterback like that, he just has the ability to pull it down and just, bam, shoot through a hole, chew up yards.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tiger.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. You understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And he added the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Catch in the middle. It's Gay.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly, great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. The give to the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. From the gun. Give on the inside. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Makes it past the marker. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wants to go up top on 1st down. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Grab near the marker. It's Meadows. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fellow, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big.
Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play.
And the defense makes a play, finally. This is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
And he'll be brought down.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
He's looking to throw. Gets it to the back. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown tie.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking downfield on first down. He'll pull it down and run. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their 3rd possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it deep.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Grab near the marker. It's Orlando. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Back to pass. He's going to let it go. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him...
He's got some space. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on first down. Here's a heat. Stands in and takes the hit. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Content to run out the clock, the quarterback takes a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't...
Oh, there's an alley to the left. And they'll bring him down after the long completion, a chunk play for the offense.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Under fire. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human.
There he goes. They finally get to him. And what a play there to pick up the first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Wants to go up top. Fires into the end zone. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants it all. Touchdown, Alabama! Quick strike through the air for the score. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back. These guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So here comes the Auburn offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, If you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Quarterback making checks. Going to swing it on second down. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Leaves it with the back. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Back open in the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football, and you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Motion from the back. He wants to change this route. On 4th down, looking for the completion. He's got it. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. The Tigers will hustle to the line. He'll set up to throw. Pocket breaking down. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he's not going to take the touchback. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes that Alabama offense. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gabe. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, the running back has it. He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5.
And nice job on 2nd down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. first down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. And another interception for the Crimson Tide. And Bama has a few ball hawks in this secondary. You might be putting old Hootie Ingram in the sights for his single-season interception record with 10.
Yeah, and it's hard to find DBs that are going to catch the ball consistently. When you get one, it's a nice day. But when you get two, it's a great day. You got a guy ball hawking the football, finding it, creating big plays for this defense.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front seven, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on second down. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
That's an area of the field the quarterback just cannot take a sack on. Second down, down inside the 5-yard line. If it's not open, you just got to throw it away because now you've backed yourself up even further. It's going to be even harder to throw this thing into the end zone or to score a touchdown. That's going to be a learning opportunity for this young man.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
How about the defense coming through when you needed it the most? They got some yards, had some success on this drive. Second and goal, sack. Third and goal, sack. Nice job by the defense, sticking with it, coming through in the clutch.
Dead center perfect. The lead now trimmed to 28-24. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He leaves it with the back. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys. He could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
Find some fresh air. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Use the play fake, now to throw. Puts it out of the air. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. The defense expects you to run the ball. You just did it the previous play, so there you dial up play action, set up an easy throw, and you keep the clock ticking.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Gage. Turning it on. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run and run some clock. And they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
On the run, still looking. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
On third down, he drops to throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
The quarterback had exactly what he wanted there. He had his big fella work in the middle of the field. You thought that was going to be an easy pitch and catch? Not so much. It's a mental error by the tight end. They got to clean that up.
Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Guys, after the miss, still up by 4.
Man, what a missed opportunity for the field goal unit. You got a chance to put this game over the mark where they got to score a touchdown. A field goal's no good late in this football game. Now the tide has turned a little bit. Your defense is going to need to go out there and bail you out.
Quarterback moving. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll move the tight end. After the incompletion, they go back up top. They get to him as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And this defense has an opportunity to close this one out, right? Like, it's in the fourth quarter. You got the lead, a few more stops, and it's dub time. So pinning your ears back, rushing the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable is definitely job number 1.
Now facing a third and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Fires to the tight end. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these third downs present themselves.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Turning on the Jets. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Oh, and I love that play call on fourth down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to pass on second down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Had nowhere to go with that one, had to just throw it away. A wise decision to keep the field goal in play.
Well, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter. They need a touchdown. You would have liked to at least come up with a couple of yards here to help make the fourth down a little bit more manageable. Instead, they were looking to go downfield with it. Nobody there, so he throws it away, and now you got a tough fourth and long coming up.
And this offense obviously wanted to take the lead, but they chip into the lead a little bit. Now they're going to need their defense. Just give me another opportunity. They only need a field goal in the fourth quarter. Nice job cutting into that lead.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. Got his man to the left. Breaks into the open. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one.
Man, this guy has had an amazing year all season long. He has stepped up and made plays for his team when they needed it most. And with that last completion, he's now crossed 4,000 yards passing for the year.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's game. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands. Get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll line up for a second down play. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger. You can tell they pull the trigger so fast. Get to the back. Get him on the ground quickly.
Got his man on the right. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Wants to go up top on first down. Pressure coming. Took a shot as he threw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Behind the chains now on second and long. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Fires to the middle. Finds a tight end down the gut. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Throws to the back. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Man, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's able to work his way on the return up to the 23 before he steps out of bounds. drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Off play action on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
And that's a good job by this defense. The 2-minute situations can be tough, especially communicating, and you know they want to push the ball down the field, but a lot of times it's towards the sidelines. They protect the middle of the field, play great defense all across the board.
They're dealing with a second and long. The offense changing the play. Second down, he'll throw it. Got his man. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield on first down. He's got the tight end. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Wants to throw on first down. Going to take a shot. He got it. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Auburn!
Yeah, I'll tell you what, great job by this offense. Great execution. You drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your two-point play? You practiced it all week. What's your go-to in this moment late in the fourth quarter when you need the two-point conversion?
They need this two-point conversion to tie, and we might get a little free football out of this if they do. He wants to throw it. He's got it. The two is good, and we have ourselves a tie game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they've tied it up with clutch plays, the touchdown and the two-point conversion in the final minute. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Starts from their own 25-yard line. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Biggest drive of the game coming up right now as this team tries to win it in regulation. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. With the catch, it's Hatchett. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Got him downfield. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Bust through behind his pad. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Bama! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Big-time players make big plays in big games. And coming up with that touchdown with just seconds left in this game now gives them an opportunity to hit the extra point and make it a touchdown game. And there might be 2 more plays left. Then kickoff, maybe 1 more snap for the opponent. What a massive play in a big moment.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. The latest edition of this in-state passion play is bathed in crimson as Alabama rolls to victory over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.